بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تمسك بسنته بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد, after praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and sending the salutations upon the Messenger alayhi salatu wassalam, and upon his family and his companions, and upon all those who follow upon his guidance into the establishment of the last day, to proceed, ikhwan, فَاللَّهُمَّ إِنَّا نَعُوذُ بِكَ مِنْ عِلْمٍ لَا يَنْفَعُ وَمِنْ قَلْبٍ لَا يَخْشَعُ وَمِنْ نَفْسٍ لَا تَشْبَعُ وَمِنْ دُعَاءٍ لَا يُسْمَعُ. Verily, Allah, we seek refuge with you from knowledge that has no benefit, and from a heart that has no fear, and from a soul that has no satisfaction, no contentment, and from a dua that goes unanswered. From a dua that goes unanswered. To proceed, ya ikhwan, فَكُنَّا مُتَكَلِّمِينَ عَنْ بَعْضِ أَحْكَامِ النِّكَاحِ ثُمَّ وصلنا إلى باب بين العلاقة بين الزوج والزوجة. So we were talking about some of the rulings of marriage and divorce, and we arrived at the chapter of the relationship between the man and the woman. The relationship between the man and the woman. لكن وصلنا إلى قبيل رمضان فأحببنا نتكلم عن بعض أحكام صيام رمضان. But we have arrived, bihamdillah, right before the month of Ramadan. So we wanted to go over some tremendous points that are connected to Ramadan. فالإمام حفظ الله قد أجاب عن بعضها والحمد لله وتكلمنا نحن عن بعضها. لكن المسائل تتعلق برمضان كثيرة فلذلك نواصل. So our beloved Imam answered a great portion of those points, and we spoke briefly about some of them, but the issues connected to fasting, they are numerous, so we're going to continue inshallah ta'ala. فعندنا كتاب من أحد مشايخنا من بلاد اليمن من تلاميذ الشيخ مقبل رحمه الله فنستفيد منه. So tonight we're reading from one of the books of one of the mashaykh that we had the honor to learn from in Yemen, who was from the students of Sheikh Muqbil rahimahullah, and he is Abu Abdullah Muhammad ibn Hizam al-Ba'dani hafidahullah ta'ala, and the author's name is Abu Abdullah Muhammad ibn Hizam al-Ba'dani, and he has some many books ya ikhwan. وهذا الكتاب الثاني من تأليف الشيخ, and this is the second book that the Shaykh authored from all of the compilations that he had the honor to author. Walhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. طيب. قال بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم مسائل أو مسألة تعريف الصيام. He says the first issue, the meaning of fasting. تعلمنا هذا قبله. We learned this before يا إخوان. فما معنى الصيام? So what's the meaning of fasting?
To fast for a certain period of time.
To fast from a certain period of time.
To refrain for certain things.
Refrain from certain things. From certain.
For a fixed period of time.
At a specific time. From certain people.
Yeah, from certain people.
With the intentions.
The intentions of
seeking closeness to Allah. طيب الصيام في الشرع, fasting in the religion is إمساك مخصوص من شخص مخصوص عن شيء مخصوص في وقت مخصوص بنية التقرب إلى الله. One of the easiest definitions of fasting Islamically is a specific refraining that is done from specific people, from specific things, at specific times, with the intention of seeking closeness to Allah. فإذا العبد يصوم يا إخوان بدون نية ما حكم صيامه؟ ما حكم صيامه? If the person fasts without an intention, what's the ruling of his fast?
Doesn't have one.
His fast is باطل. لا يقبل. His fast is not accepted. It's false. لأن النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام قال يقول إنما الأعمال بالنيات. al-hadith. Because the Messenger of Allah, he mentions actions are based upon intentions. والعلماء يبينون لنا يا إخوان لكل عمل من عبادات يحتاج إلى شيئين. And the scholars of Islam, past and present, they have taught us that every action of worship has to have two things to be accepted. فما هما? What are they, إخوان? First one,
Intentions.
the niyyah has to have a good intention. ما معنى حسن النية? What does it mean, a good intention? Is every intention good?
No.
No.
The answer is no.
No. Yeah.
What's a husn niyyah? What's a good intention?
Worshiping Allah
That is doing it
for the worship
for the sake of Allah. Lillah, or liwajhillah, or liajlillah. You can say for Allah's sake, for the face of Allah, for the reward of Allah. Kullu hadha sawa. Kullu hadha sawa. All of these have the same meaning. طيب, second thing that has to be there for the actions to be accepted.
According to Quran.
وفق الكتاب والسنة. موافقة الكتاب والسنة. That action has to be in accordance with the Quran and the Sunnah. إذا العبد له نية لكن فعله أو فعله يخالف الكتاب والسنة ما حكم هذا الفعل? If the servant has a good intention, what's a good intention? Trying to please Allah, doing it for Allah, face of Allah, reward of Allah. But his action contradicts the Quran and Sunnah. What's the reward of that action?
No.
لا يقبل. It's not accepted. إذا العبد عمله موافقة للكتاب والسنة لكن ما عنده حسن نية ما حكم هذا العمل? The servant his action is in accordance with the Quran and Sunnah, but his intention is not a good intention. What happens to that action? What's the ruling?
Oh, good.
Not accepted. فلا بد من هذين شرطين. So the action has to have these two conditions. قال الإمام القرطبي رحمه الله تعالى هو الإمساك عن المفطرات مع اقتران النية به من طلوع الفجر إلى غروب الشمس. انتهى كلام رحمه الله. The great Imam of Tafsir al-Qurtubi, he said in his definition, it changes slightly. He says it is refraining from everything that can break your fast and accompanying the intention also from the time of the Fajr, the truthful Fajr, and to the setting of the sun. And to the setting of the sun. وهذا تعريف جيد لكن ترك شيئا واحد. ما هو? This definition is a good definition, but he left out one thing.
To please Allah.
He mentioned that the niyyah. He says, إمساك عن مفطرات. You're refraining from everything that can break your fast. مع اقتران نية. And you have to have the niyyah. من طلوع الفجر, from the time the Fajr starts, من غروب الشمس, and to the setting of the sun. What did he miss?
To please Allah.
He mentions the niyyah.
The niyyah is okay.
What did he miss? ما ذكر عن من عليه أن يصوم. He didn't mention who has to fast. Remember يا إخوان, لا يجب الصيام على كل مسلم. Remember, fasting is not obligatory upon everybody, upon every Muslim. هذا خطأ. That's a mistake. أحيانا هذا الصيام واجب نعم لكن لا يكون واجبا على هذا الشخص بعينه هو. Sometimes we forget fasting is obligatory in Ramadan, yes, but although it's obligatory, it's not obligatory upon this brother or that sister or this child or that traveler. Fasting is not obligatory upon every Muslim. Right? عن من يجب عليه الصيام. Who is obligatory upon them to fast? Who remembers?
Reach puberty.
The one that reached puberty. So this excludes, removes.
Mm-hmm.
Who?
The younger
The child. It's not obligatory upon the child to fast. Is it allowed for him to fast?
Yes.
The answer is yes. But it's not obligatory. What does it mean, obligatory?
mandatory.
Mandatory. What does it mean? Obligation. Explain further.
If you don't do it, you're
Obligatory. Obligation.
If it doesn't do it, there's no
It's a
sin.
sin.
If you don't do it,
You're sinning.
there's a sin. There's no sin on you. If you don't do it.
No, it's a sin on you if you don't do it.
And if you don't do it, you're sinful. If you do it, you have a reward. احفظوا هذا. Memorize that يا إخوان. لكل فعل من الواجبات فاعله مأجور وتاركه آثم. Memorize this. You can determine every action that's obligatory. If you do it, the one who does it gets a reward. The one who does not do it, he can get a punishment from Allah. He is sinful. If Allah wishes to punish him, He can punish him. If Allah wishes to forgive him, He can forgive him. But he's sinful. Why is he sinful? What is he not doing?
He's leaving off an obligation.
Something that's obligatory. Anything to determine if it's obligatory. If you do it, there's a reward. That's the first part. If you don't do it, there's a sin. It's only like that for things that are obligatory.
But if he's not obligated, why is it a sin?
No, this is general. We left that for a moment.
Oh.
We're going to come back to that.
Okay.
طيب مثالا, we can give an example of something that's obligatory.
Salah?
The salah. كل صلاة, every salah?
No.
The answer is no. ليس كل صلاة سواء. Not every salah is the same, يا إخوان. هل كل مسلم سواء? Is every Muslim the same?
No.
هل كل كافر سواء? Is every disbeliever the same?
No.
The answer is no. Not every Muslim is the same. طيب. Not every non-Muslim is the same. الكاف الذي يقتل المسلمين مختلف من الذين لا يقتلون المسلمين. The non-Muslim who fights against Islam, he's different than the non-Muslim who does not fight against Islam. المسلم العالم مختلف من المسلم الجاهل. The Muslim who knows his religion, he studies, he memorizes, he goes to class, is different than the one who just watches NBA all day, football all day. It's different. الذي يصلي مختلف من الذين لا يصلون. The one who prays is not like the one who doesn't pray. الذي يتصدق مثل الذين لا يتصدقون. The one who gives charity is not like the one who does not give charity. طيب, is every prayer the same?
No.
أحسن. Every prayer is not the same. بعض صلوات واجبة وبعضها ليست واجبة. Some prayers are obligatory. Other prayers are not obligatory. من يعطينا بصلاة واجبة. Who can give us, mention a prayer that's obligatory?
Fajr.
The Fajr.
Also.
Asr.
Dhuhr.
Dhuhr.
Maghrib.
Maghrib.
Isha.
Isha. طيب. Who can mention a prayer that's nafila, recommended?
Tawbah.
ترويح. وهذا مهم, and that's important يا إخوان. لأننا في رمضان على الأسف نضيع بعض الواجبات. لكن في النوافل كل مسلم يأتون. وهذا شيء محسن ومن الجاهل. You see this every Ramadan. Many of us, we're going to be laxed performing the obligatory prayers. And then as soon as the night prayer comes, every Muslim is there. The Taraweeh ليست كالفجر. التراويح ليست كالظهر. التراويح ليست كالعصر. ليست كالمغرب. ليست كالعشاء. لا. The Taraweeh is tremendous in its virtue, but it's not like the Fajr prayer. The Taraweeh is awesome, it's golden, but it's not like the Dhuhr. The Taraweeh is not like Asr, it's not like Maghrib, it's not like Isha. How do you know they're not the same? Taraweeh nafila, al-Fajr wajiba. Taraweeh nafila, al-Dhuhr wajiba. Taraweeh nafila, al-Asr wajiba. Taraweeh is recommended. Fajr is obligatory. Taraweeh is recommended. Dhuhr is obligatory. Taraweeh is recommended. Asr is obligatory. وَالنَّافِلَ لَا تُسَاوِي بِالْوَاجِبَةِ أَبَدًا. That which is recommended is never going to equal that which is obligatory. Never. It's never going to catch up to it. Never. It can help the deeds, it can help it, but it's never going to be equal. You brothers that play Kura Tasalla, basketball in Jersey, y'all may be better than us in football, but in our city, we can outdo you guys in basketball. Allah Alam. And that's my opinion. Allah Alam. طيب الذين يلعبون كرة السلة. هو يرمي 3 وهو يرمي 2-pointer. أيهما أعلى أو أيهما أفضل? The one brother, he shoots a 3-pointer. The other brother comes down, he makes a 2-pointer. 2 and 3 are not equal. The 3-pointer is greater. The Taraweeh is recommended. The Fajr is obligatory. If you're going to miss something,
Missed already.
you missed the recommended. Now I'm not saying أنا لا أريدكم أن تفهموا أنني أدعوكم أن لا تحضروا صلاة التراويح أبدا. I don't want no one to misunderstand my point and say, now the brother, you're telling us not to come to the Tarawih. I'm not saying that, ya ikhwan. إذا العبد لا يمكنه أن يحضر إلا صلاة واحدة فعليه أن يحضر الواجب. هذا الأولى. If, inshallah, this is not none of our situations, if all you can make is one prayer out of the prayers, it's all you can make is one, then it should be the obligatory one, because the reward is greater. If you can, inshallah, make as many prayers as you can, make all the prayers that you can, ya ikhwan. You come in and pray your 2 raka'ah before the salah, your 2 raka'ah after the salah, all the wajibat and the tarawih, inshallah, ar-Rahmanu ar-Rahim. No. Someone had their hands up, ya ikhwan? طيب. إذا العبد يصلي النافلة فما معنى النافلة? So the person is praying a voluntary prayer. What does voluntary mean? We did obligatory. What's obligatory? If you do it,
You
get a reward. If you don't do it,
Give us some-
there's a sin on you. What's recommended? What's the meaning of recommended?
If you do it, you have your reward.
Ah.
If you don't do it, there's no sin.
أحسنت. انظر إلى هذا التعريف. Look at this. It's not a definition, it's the reward. It has a definition. That's not the definition. This is what the scholars of fiqh use to determine the ruling of it. Recommended is, if you do it, you get a reward. Just like what?
Before.
Just like the obligation. They're the same in that first part. If you do the recommendation, you get a reward. But they're different in the second part. If you don't do a recommendation, there's no sin on you. فنصلي ترويح الآن مثلا وهذا يأتي ويصلي ركعتين ثم يجلس ويتكلم على الهاتف. هل هو آثم? We're praying the night prayer right now, the tarawih. The brother comes, prays 2 raka'ah. He gets tired. Man, they still going. The man don't take no break, mashallah. I know he's tired. He's still reciting, still reciting. The brother gets tired, grabs his phone, and just sends a message. How's everything? How's the family? The brothers are praying. He's sitting down on his phone. Is he sinful?
No.
The answer is no. He's not doing nothing wrong. He didn't pray the tarawih. He prayed and stopped. What did he do wrong? Nothing. Why? That prayer is not obligatory. The brother comes, the sister comes. ولا تصلي ترويح تقرأ القرآن فقط. هل هي آثمة? The sister comes to the masjid while the brothers and sisters are praying tarawih. She does not pray tarawih. She grabs the mushaf and goes over some Quran. Is she sinful?
No.
Answer is no. Why? That salah is not obligatory for her to go to. Another brother comes. ويستلقي على ظهره أو على ماذا مقعده أو جنبه والآخرون يصلون ترويح. هل هو آثم? Another brother comes in, prays his Isha and lies down, or on his back, on his side, or the likes. He's tired. While the people are praying, and he doesn't pray 1 raka'ah of the tarawih, not one. Is he sinful?
No.
The answer is no.
As long as not disturbing,
Huh?
as long as he's not disturbing the prayer.
If he's disturbing the prayer, he's snoring on purpose, he's sinful. He snores not on purpose, not sinful. What's the point? He didn't pray the tarawih. Why did you come to the masjid and you don't pray the tarawih? I'm tired. Shukran. There's no compulsion in the religion. You should get up and pray, it's better. I appreciate that, ya akhi, but I'm tired. May Allah bless you. Islam is easy. Pray 1 raka'ah at least. Shukran, ya akhi, but I'm tired. May Allah raise you. Easy. I'm not doing nothing wrong, ya akhi. You're right. I was calling you to what's better. Shukran. But I'm going to relax.
If you're talking on the phone, it's like,
No, he's texting.
oh, text it, it's okay.
This brother asleep. What did he do wrong? It's a difference than leaving off something that's virtuous, but what did he do wrong? Most of our arguments in our cities are arguments that are allowed. Or issues, rather, that are allowed. You go to this masjid, yes. Why don't you go to that masjid? I remember I was in a Becca store one time. وزوجتي قالت أنا أخطأت بالكلام لأنني كنت كلاما مرتفع الصوت لكن ما ظننت ذلك في الأصل. So my family said I was wrong because I said something and I raised my voice slightly and another brother heard me. But that wasn't the point. I was talking to one brother and another brother heard me. So he said, the brother at the store, أبا عبد الله متى درسك؟ متى يبدأ؟ فأنا ظننت أنه يقصد الدرس في أصحاب اليمين. هو ظن أنني مدرس في مسجد الرحمة. So one of the brothers who work at the store, he said, what time is your class at the masjid? I said, between Maghrib and Isha. I thought he was thinking my class at Ashab al-Yamin. He thought I teach at Rahmah. I'm not saying, I love the brothers at Masjid Rahmah, ya ikhwan. I don't agree with everything that they say about refuting this one and warning against that one and the likes. But outside of that, they are brothers and we love our brothers. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. So another brother, when the brother said that, he said, somehow the masajid was mentioned, and I said, oh, I don't teach at Masjid Rahmah. He said, oh, I thought you teach at Masjid Rahmah. So this where I said, and my family said, you were wrong, you shouldn't have said it that loud. I said, oh, I don't go to Masjid Rahmah. وأنا ما قصدت شيء. I didn't intend anything. أنا فقط قلت له أنا لا أصلي في ذلك المسجد. ما عندي شيء ضدهم. هم إخواني وأخواتي في الله وأدعو لهم الخير والتوفيق والمغفرة والسدادة والهداية وهم أصدقائي وهم إخواني. Those brothers and those sisters there, I love them. I make dua for them. I ask them for ask Allah for guidance and tawfiq and happiness and guidance and the likes. But I don't pray there. So the brother said, hey, when he heard that, you don't pray at Rahmah? Now the brother got big on me. He puffed up. من أنت لا تصلي عندنا في مسجدنا. أنا قلت الحمد لله أنا عبد الله لا أصلي عندكم. أنا أرتاح في مسجدنا. فما هي الإشكال؟ قال مع كذا وكذا وكذا. أنا قلت طيب هل هذا جائز؟ قال نعم. فقلت ما هي الإشكال؟ So the brother, oh, who are you? You don't pray at our masjid? I said, no. Oh, why don't you pray at our masjid? I just don't pray there. I'm more comfortable at our masjid. I said, me praying there, is it allowed? He said, yes. I said, what's the problem? Most of the issues you find the brothers arguing, ya ikhwan. You have to wear this color. Is this color allowed? Yes. Then what's the problem? This sheikh made a mistake. You're reading his book. طيب. What do you mean طيب? He made a mistake. So one mistake, you can't read the book? No, I'm not saying that. You are saying that, ya akhi. The sister doesn't wear black. طيب. Is it allowed for her to wear other than black? Yes. Then what's the problem? Most of the arguments you find, ya ikhwan. And some brothers may get offended when I say this. خاصة عند السود عند من ولد في أمريكا. Especially, this is my humble opinion, especially amongst the blacks, especially amongst those who are born in America. We have issues that we're arguing. When someone says, hey, is that from Quran? He says, no, but that's not even mentioned in the Quran. So what's the issue? Is that a sunnah? Did the Prophet say that? No, he didn't. Then why are we arguing about it? Why? The people of the past, if it wasn't in the Quran and Sunnah, tarakuhu, they left it off. Most of us ما وصلنا إلى درجة الاجتهاد. فعن ماذا نتكلم أصلا؟ عن ماذا نتكلم? Most of us, myself included, have not reached the level of making ijtihad. You know ijtihad? A level where you can look at the Quran and the Sunnah and there's not a verse or a hadith and you can make a ruling of something. That's none of our levels. So what are we arguing here? أكثرنا مقلدون. Most of us are blind followers. المقلد لا يجوز له أن يتكلم في الأصل لأنه جاهل. The blind follower, and this is the only country I've seen the likes of this, and also you can say Britain if you wish, where the blind follower is talking. In America, most of the arguments, you say to the brother, hey, what books have you read? Come on, yeah, you know I don't study that much. Tell me one book you read from front to back. Oh, you're trying to put me on the spot, yeah, akhi. That's most of us. When the last class you went to and competed it? Come on, man, you know I don't go to class. That's most of our situations. So how do we have the right to talk? The ignorant one in Islam, حرام عليه أن يتكلم عن الإسلام لأنه جاهل. The ignorant one does not have it's not allowed for him to talk about Islam. Why? Because he doesn't know. إذا لا عبد لا يعلم عن الله شيئا لا يجوز له أن يتكلم عن الله بشيء. The one who does not know anything about Allah, it's not allowed for him to talk about Allah because he's ignorant. Most of us are ignorant. We don't know our right from our left. If you put a bag of hands in a bag, or hands in a bag, most of us can't say, hey, that's my hand. No, we're ignorant. But you find we're the most argumentative of the people from the West. How? When we don't know. Now we can say, this sheikh said that, or this imam said that. That's it. You can say this is the strongest opinion. You hear brothers say that a lot. This is the rajih. But like, how? You don't know what's the strongest opinion. You have to know all of the opinions. If there are 20 hadith, you have to know them to determine which one is the strongest. And these are issues that we leave off, ya ikhwan. And most of us should be quiet and learn our religion. When the questions come, Allah alam, I don't know, go to someone else. Don't ask me. Sometimes we should say, hey, it's haram for you to ask me that question. We should write that down there, ikhwan. Most of the time it's haram, meaning I don't have the knowledge, but I can point you in the direction. For example, I wish more of the students of knowledge get back to referring the questions to the scholars. I get it. Some of the brothers don't like to translate and the likes, and a lot of us are trying to look at me. But trying to learn your religion is a notable position also. Being Muslim is notable. We don't always have to be the sheikh, ya sheikh. You can say brother. You don't always have to be sheikh. Everyone doesn't have to be sheikh. There are other honorable words. What's another honorable word to say? Habibi. The one that I love. Oh, Allahu Akbar. What's another honorable word? Akhi, brother. Allah describes the Muslims as brothers in the Quran. And the Prophet also in the Sunnah. قال الله تعالى إنما المؤمنون إخوة. الآية Surah Al-Hujurat. Allah Ta'ala says, verily the believers are brothers. That's notable. Surah Al-Hujurat. قال النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام من حديث أبي هريرة وحديث ابن عمر قال وكونوا عباد الله إخوانا. الحديث. The Messenger of Allah mentions in the hadith narrated by Abu Hurairah and also Ibn Umar, he said, and be servants of Allah, brothers. So brothers are notable. You don't always have to, I gotta call him the sheikh. You don't always gotta say sheikh. Some brothers, hey, you gotta call me, say Salafi behind my name. You don't have to do that, Yakhi. You can do that. That's allowed. To attribute what you believe to your name. That's allowed. But some brothers get offended if you don't call him Sunni. You say, Ya Ali, a Sunni. If you say, Ya Ali, he's going to act like he doesn't hear you until you say, Afwan, Ali a Sunni. Now, oh yeah, there you go. That's my name. Alhamdulillah. It's allowed to attribute those things, but we shouldn't go overboard. It's not like that, ya ikhwan. May Allah bless you all. Anyone else, ya ikhwan? طيب. قال بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قال مسألة أنواع الصيام. We mentioned this the other day. Another issue. The different categories of fasting. قال شيخ الإسلام. من شيخ الإسلام يا إخوان? Who is شيخ الإسلام? Ibn Taymiyyah. هل هو وحده? Is he the only one that was considered to be the scholar of Islam?
No.
The answer is no. But he was really known by that nickname. Although there are others that had the same nickname. Who knows someone else that has the same nickname? The Shaykh of Islam. There are many. His student, Ibn Qayyim, some scholars call him Shaykh al-Islam. Also An-Nawawi, the great Imam of the Shafi'i madhab, who almost explained the Shafi'i madhab by himself. You can say him and Ibn Hajar, him and Al-Bayhaqi together. There are many. Ibn Qudama, you can call Shaykh al-Islam. Shawkani, they call him Shaykh al-Islam. Al-Hafidh Ibn Hajar, they call Shaykh al-Islam. There are many, ya ikhwan. Here, the intent is Ibn Taymiyyah. قال شيخ الإسلام وفي أغلب الأوقات إذا يطلق هذه الكلمة شيخ الإسلام وحده بدون اسم المراد به ابن تيمية في الأغلبية. Usually if you see this nickname, the scholar of Islam, and you don't see a name connected with it, usually it's Ibn Taymiyyah. But that's not a condition. But usually, if you hear that, they're talking about Ibn Taymiyyah. Ibn Taymiyyah used to say, في كتاب الصيام من شرح العمدة, in the book of in the book of fasting, in the book of Umdah, the explanation of Umdah, Ibn Taymiyyah has an explanation that he wrote. قال الصوم خمسة أنواع. Ibn Taymiyyah says fasting is 5 types. Fasting is five types. الصوم مفروض بالشرع وهو صيام شهر رمضان أداء وقضاء. He says the first one is the obligatory fast. The fast that's legislated is obligatory, and this one is the fast of the month of Ramadan. It's obligatory that you do it, and if you leave a day off intentionally, it's obligatory that you make it up. وَالصَّوْمُ الْوَاجِبِ. And now he uses another word. First time he said mafrood, then he said wajib. In English they mean the same, obligatory. But he's given a difference. He says the second one is as-sawmul wajib. And that's the sawm, the fast that becomes obligatory because of an oath, because of the kafara, the expiation. So the first one he says, fast of Ramadan. The second one is the fast that's obligatory because you made a mistake. You committed the sin in Ramadan, so you have to make this up. هذا يقع في فعل واحد على صح قول العلماء. This fast of an expiation only takes place in one incident regarding the strongest opinion of the scholars. Why do we say that? The strongest opinion of the scholars. Because there are more opinions. So the strongest opinion is you only have to do this expiation when you do one thing. What is that? In Ramadan, inshallah, you never have to go through this. Only one thing necessitates this fast.
If you have
for one day.
with your wife.
Yeah. The man and woman that are married, that have relations. It's not haram for them to have relations. They're married. It's haram for them what? At that time. The man is going to say, hey, now you guys are telling me I had to pay all this money to get the girl. Had to track down the wali. Had to track down the wakil. He took 7 months to call me back. That happens in Quran. He was free, I was busy, he was free. Then the girl finally agreed on the dowry. She wanted the brand new car. Then she wanted the motorcycle. Then she wanted this. And then she finally came down to getting some books. I could afford that. So I got the dowry, got the wali. Now I had to find the brothers. You know, nobody stays after the salah. I have to track them down to get 2 witnesses. Had to bring them back in the masjid. Then the imam gave us a reminder, more than 10 minutes. You know, ain't nobody sitting in Masjid al-Habayameen for more than 10 minutes yet. So I'm sitting there trying to get married. We finally get married. Then it's Ramadan. Now you're telling me I can't even touch the girl? He said, you can touch her, yeah, akhi, but only at some times. I paid all that money, tracked down the wali, tracked down the wakil, got my witnesses, and now I'm limited. Yes, you're limited. What makes it limited? This month. It's a blessed month. It doesn't mean that action is not blessed, but it's not correct for you to enjoy your wife or the wives enjoy their husbands in the daylight hours of Ramadan.
So they only have to make up that one day?
So now, it's a lot of things you have to do. If the person has relation with his wives in Ramadan, they have to make an expiation if that fast is what over them. Not every couple that has relations in Ramadan committed the sin.
Or if they did it at the certain time of fasting.
If the sun is up, some Muslims committed the sin by having relations, some Muslims didn't. Who can explain?
Because some did it on purpose and some made a mistake.
Some did it on purpose? I don't know how you do that by
I
accident.
don't know.
Exactly.
I mean,
Get tripped over.
They didn't know the time.
yeah, you
Huh.
don't know what time
They
it is.
don't
It's
have
close to
the
5.
ability to fast, because there are some people, they have excuse them.
Accent. Remember the beginning, Ikhwan. If you memorize this part, you know who fasting is obligatory upon or not.
Oh,
على شخص مخصوص is obligatory upon certain Muslims. If you fit this criterion, you can't have relation with your wife here. If you don't fit this, you can have relation with your wife. Because the fasting is obligatory upon you.
So that's for both party or one party.
That's another point. If they break their fast sexually, is it upon the man the kafara wa ala al-mar'a or faqat ala al-rajul? Is it upon both of them to make the expiation or upon only the man?
It depends.
Both of them.
Wait,
Both
Both?
of them.
Wait, I would say that it's upon the one who cannot fast, like taking medication. For
Okay.
example,
If he's sick, he has to fast?
it could be the woman or the man. If he's sick, he doesn't have to fast.
Okay. So then it's
But-
allowed for them to.
But what I'm saying is, or what I'm asking you, is the one, say if a person, the man was sick, and he cannot fast, but he fed the person for 30 days. He can have, if he have a relationship with his wife that's not sick, that does not take medication,
Then she's like him.
then she,
It depends on what sickness, يا إخوان. ليس كل مرض سواء. Not every sickness is the same. إذا المرض يمنعه من الصيام فليس عليه أن يصوم. If this sickness prevents him from fasting, then he doesn't have to fast. But it differs on, does he have to make it up, or is he allowed to feed a poor person in place of that day?
before, what I'm saying
It
is,
depends.
what I'm saying is, it has to be only one person, it can't be both of them.
They both did the same action.
Or they both have the same sickness, or they both sick.
They both did the relations.
Okay, no. What I'm saying,
so you're saying one is sick and
what
one
I'm
is
saying,
not.
one is sick and one is not. So
One's supposed
That's different. That's different. That's
So the
different.
obligation
If the
is
man's
on the
sickness
one that's
stops him
not
from
sick.
fasting, and the woman is not sick, she's fasting, then the sin would be on her.
On her, that's what I'm saying.
I think you're right in that example. But our example will be easier than our beloved brother. Our example, they both have to fast, and they both did relations. She didn't have relation with herself. Not like nowadays. Like not like that. Yeah, Juan. They have relations. When you're by yourself, I don't know what's the word there. That's not relations, yeah, Juan. It's called relations because it's two people. طيب. I don't know if you can have relations, right? What will be the word? We'll look up that word, yeah, Juan. In English, what's the word there? I don't know. Masturbation. That's not relations. It's called that because you're alone. And some scholars differ there. Is that allowed to do? And we'll open up that another time, yeah, Juan.
But that's still breaking your fast. So
That still breaks your fast if you do it on purpose.
you can't do it by accident.
If you sleep.
You can have a wet dream.
Yeah, if you sleep.
Huh?
You sleep, what dream?
You by yourself.
Oh,
طيب.
that's not masturbation then.
What is it?
طيب.
No, it's not.
طيب لا بس لا
That's
بس لا
just having a
بس.
thought,
So
that's
now,
having a desire,
the-
that's having a dream.
he had a wet dream.
Masturbation
man-
is a physical.
The physical thing. طيب لا بس.
Exactly.
The man and woman have relations together. Some scholars say it's upon both of them. لأنه ما فعل هذا وحده وما فعل هذه وحدها ما فعلت هذه وحدها فكلاهما سواء وهذا القول. Some scholars say the man didn't do it alone and the one was not alone. They both shared in the action. So it's upon both of them. If they have a slave, to free the slave. If they can fast for 2 consecutive months, they have to do that. If they can't do that, then they have to feed 30 people in place of that. All of that's the kafara. Other scholars say no, it's not upon the woman, it's only upon the man. لأن هذا حصل في زمان النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام. ذهب إليه الرجل وأخبره بماذا فعل فأمر النبي هو وما قال شيئا عن الزوجة. So this happened in the time of the Messenger عليه الصلاة والسلام. There was a man who broke his fast with his wife in the daylight hours of Ramadan. He came to the Messenger of Allah and told the Prophet what happened. So the Prophet commanded him to do that. And he didn't say anything about the woman. So some scholars say the Prophet didn't say anything about the woman because it's not upon her to do anything. She obeyed her husband, there's no sin on her. Other scholars say no. He didn't mention the woman because it was understood. There's no need to mention her. He's mentioning her implied. You don't have to mention her. He's talking about whoever did the action. So the scholars have 2 point of views there. I would say to the woman, to protect yourself in front of Allah, firstly learn your religion. إذا العبد يأمرك بذلك الزوج يأمرك بذلك ليس عليك الطاعة ليس عليك الطاعة. This is why we say to the sisters, we're more hard on our mothers and our wives and our daughters than we are our fathers and our brothers and our sons. It's more important and for the woman to learn her religion more so than the man. Why do we say that?
Because they take advantage of them.
So nobody can come and take advantage of a woman. How many people come to the sister? They're stronger, louder. No, sister, that's obligatory. And she doesn't know. But she's afraid of the man. No, don't do it like that, girl. How many times us in our own city, in the sit down, oh, girl, I'm going to give you some money, get your braids done, you know, get you a nice, you don't got to wear that jilbab, get you a nice little dress. She doesn't know. So he's taking advantage of her ignorance. When you come to the sit down, you know, it's allowed, girl. She doesn't know. That happens a lot, yeah, Juan. A lot. The second reason we say that is because who is with the children the most? The women. And usually إذا المرأة لها علم تعلم الذي عندها وهو العلم. And usually if the woman has knowledge, she teaches what she has, meaning the knowledge. So this is why we say it's more honorable for the women to learn their religion more so than even the men. So some scholars say it's upon both the husband and the wife. Some scholars say it's just upon the man. So this second fast is obligatory also, the fast of expiation. The tricky part, if I couldn't fast one day, most likely I can't fast for 2 consecutive months. The question is, suppose he does the same sin another time. Some scholars say every time you break your fast with relations, you owe Allah 2 consecutive months. Some scholars say that, because the hadith is general. So if the man breaks his fast with relations on Monday, and then on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday, 3 actions. 2 months, 2 months, 2 months, 6 months. Back to back to back is obligatory upon the man because he couldn't control his desires. I would say to the brothers, the younger brothers, and some of the older brothers who have some desire, if you can't control yourself, what can you do?
Leave the house.
If you have to, I would say, go take a trip. Now you're traveling. Now you no longer have to fast. You take your wife, hey, where are we going? You passed 7 masajid. Yes, we're going away for the weekend. I can't control myself. There's nothing wrong with that. Another thing would be sometimes to stay away from.
Can you go back to the last thing you said? I hear you.
The man who can't control himself, he travels. Let's go down to Virginia and visit the brothers there. Let's go visit some of the scholars in Virginia. So now he's traveling. Fasting is not obligatory upon the traveler. So now he can have relations with his wife because he's no longer traveling.
What if his wife want to fast?
Problem with him, right?
Say it again.
The wife's problem with him.
He's bringing the wife. He has to take the wife with him.
But he still owe that time though.
No. Now he's traveling.
I'm talking about when he comes back.
When he comes back, he has to make that day out.
But what if
That's
his
2
wife?
months or whatever, right?
No. The day, how many days he didn't fast. You calculate while you're traveling. You calculate the days you missed.
But he still owe that time.
Huh?
When he come back home, the days he traveling still
After Ramadan,
have to be make up.
he makes it up. But he didn't commit a sin.
What about if his wife want to fast travel?
Now this is another thing too, ya ikhwan. Say the woman هي تصوم في رمضان والعبد لا يعلم دينه ويأمرها أن تأتي إليه في الفراش. بعض الرجال يظنون أن هذا من حقه. لا، هذا في الصيام التطوع ليس في الصيام الواجب. Some of the brothers who may not know, we think that the fast in which you have more right to enjoy your wife than her fast is talking about the obligatory fast. And that's not the case. There's some fasts that you asking your wife or requesting your wife to come to the bed and she's fasting, you have more right than that fast. And there's some fasts that you asking your wife to come to the bed, the fast has more right than you. So it depends on what fast. She's fasting Mondays and Thursdays. Is this obligatory or recommended?
Recommended.
Oh, trick question. She's fasting Mondays and Thursdays. Is this obligatory or recommended?
If it's Ramadan, it's
Excellent.
obligatory.
It depends. What month are you talking about?
What do you mean she's fast Monday through Thursday?
She's fasting Monday and Thursday. Is obligatory fast or recommended fast?
That's recommended.
Outside of Ramadan.
Right?
Hey, in Ramadan, it depends what month I'm talking about.
Oh, you talking about Ramadan or just?
It depends. If I say Monday and Thursday in Ramadan, that's obligatory.
That's obligatory.
طيب, she's fasting outside of Ramadan, Mondays and Thursdays. The man says, hey, let's have some halal time. طيب, she says, no, I'm busy, I'm cooking. He has more right than the food right now. So she's sinful. طيب, now it's Ramadan. She's fasting. The man asks his wife to come to the bed. Let's have some halal time. Now she says, I'm fasting. He can't say, hey, I have more right over you than this fast. No, he doesn't. This fast has more right over him. And this woman, if she obeys the husband here, he athimatun. She is disobedient. So sometimes it's not always what the man says. Sometimes we can get that off, in my Jersey slang, we can get that off with the ignorant woman. We say, hey, أنا رجل وأنت المرأة أنا أعلى درجة منك. That works for the ignorant woman. Hey, you have to obey me. That's the first command we learn. Not the salah, not the... You have to obey me, sister. I'm the man, you're the woman. That works for the ignorant woman. The knowledgeable woman says, yes, not in everything you ask. And what's in accordance with Quran and Sunnah. Some of the brothers, we take advantage. We think, like one brother said, can I command my wife to wear niqab? The answer is no. The answer religiously is no. If you have the right to command your wife to wear niqab, then you have the right to command her to do whatever you wish. Niqab is worship. Can you command your wife to pray 2 raka'ah? I command you to pray 2 raka'ah before every fajr? The answer is no. Because Allah didn't do that. The Prophet didn't do that. Where are you getting that from? Most of us believe this woman is my servant. And that's not correct.
Question.
Tafadhal.
I understand the issue you talking about, walked in late. But if the sister's fasting, are you talking about she's fasting the month of Ramadan?
She's fasting Ramadan.
Okay, so when are you asking her?
The man comes and says, hey, he wants some halal time
What is this, after Maghrib?
in the daytime.
All right, so he can't ask her? He can ask her, but you have no intercourse.
But some men, he may not know.
Okay.
And some
okay,
women
I wanna get
may
on
not
the
know.
right page.
That's why the scholars talk about these issues. Not everyone thinks or knows what breaks your fast.
Okay, I just want to get...
If we weren't so shy, I guarantee you, we can ask each other questions that we would say, Allah Alam, I don't know. I never learned that. Never heard of that. I don't know, ya akhi. Never studied that. Allah Alam. Allah, lastu adiri, la adiri. That's most of us. That's most of us. For example. طيب. Some brothers don't know you can't have relation with your wife. Some brothers don't know you are allowed to taste food. Some sisters don't know you are allowed to taste the food while you're fasting. Some brothers don't know it's better for you not to work out in Ramadan. Why is it better? We didn't say haram. Why is it better? Not that we go to the gym there sometimes. It's better for us not to go to the gym in Ramadan. But it's allowed. Why is it better?
It exhausts you.
Hey, it wears you out. And you're doing something that's allowed can lead to you breaking your fast. Anything that you're afraid of, أنت تخاف عن فعل ما أن تنقص أجر الصيام الأولى لك أن تتركه. Anything that you're afraid is going to reduce the reward of your fast. It's better that you don't do it.
You could do it after Maghrib.
You can do it after. When the sun sets, you can go do your workout, for example, no problem. I would say to the brothers who like to work out,
Yeah, excuse me, this is what I want to say, not to cut you off.
Afan, Fadl Shaykh.
That's what I be doing, like normally, like working out through
In Ramadan? No, it's
It don't really
allowed.
exhausts me though. Actually, keep me at.
Right, even if, like we work out also in Ramadan, even if it doesn't wear you out, it's still better not to. But it's allowed to do it. What does better mean? Recommend it? What's the meaning?
uh,
If you do it,
if you do it,
you get a reward. If you don't do it, no sin. So Ramadan comes, we still go work out. It's still better for us not to, but we didn't do nothing wrong. Right? You guys with me?
Not only is it exhausting, but it also could put you in the danger of wanting to have the water or food.
Could also. But like the brother may say, if he's doing it for a while, he has that discipline. So most likely he's not going to be about to drink. If you don't have the discipline, then it's definitely better not to go. Some of the younger brothers,
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
our sister, she says, you mentioned the man traveling, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, in Ramadan. What about if he intends to travel only just to have relations with the wife, but doesn't really travel? If he doesn't really travel, then he's not a traveler, so it wouldn't be allowed for him to break his fast to be with his wife. If he's saying that in a trickery form, فهو مسؤول عند الله سبحانه وتعالى, and if he's saying that playing a game with Allah, then he's held accountable for the likes of that in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not allowed to trick or try to trick, ya ikhwan, Allah. We could try to trick the people. And in the time of some of the Salaf, and the issue of when the people were being tested and tried over is the Quran created or not. And some of the people were trying to force people to say it's created. Say it's created. If you don't say it, we're going to kill you. Some of the wise would come and they would have their hands and they would say, Wallahi, it's created. And when they say it, they're talking about their finger. They say, Wallahi, it's created. In his heart, he's intending his finger. So that's allowed. Also, he was being tortured and tried, for example. Sometimes there's something in the Arabic language called تدليس. You know تدليس يا إخوان؟ تدليس بعض العلماء يقولون عن التدليس هو أخو الكذب. أخو الكذب. Some scholars say this action is called تدليس. It's the brother of lying. When you say something, you're not really lying, but you're using something truthful in a way, but it looks like you didn't lie, but how you used it, it looks like you lied, but you didn't. An example of that, say somebody is looking for somebody. They're looking for me. And some people know me as Naeem. Okay? So they come in and they say, hey, y'all see Naeem? And I move over and I said, oh, mashallah, he was just right here. I didn't lie. I moved over. I was just right there. Sometimes my family, she says, in class, you did the tadlis thing. I said, how? She said, you said one time, one of the wives told you, when you're leaving the house and your wife say, what time you be back? Some of the older brothers may appreciate this. They experience this. I had to learn this the hard way. When you leave the house, she said, hey, mata tarajir, when you coming back? The women, they're going to hold you to every letter. That's just women. That's just how they are. I don't know. The women are from a place, the men are from another place. If you say سأرجع إليك إن شاء الله تعالى بعد الصلاة هي فهمت شيء وأنت فهمت أو فهمت شيئا. You say to your family, I'm going to be back after prayer. She understands one thing, you understand something else. She understands as soon as you say Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah, Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah, enter for sayyara. You in a car. Right after that. She's waiting. Okay, they just prayed. I seen them online. They just finished the class. It takes 3 minutes and 45 seconds to get to the car. Maybe 3 brothers ask him a question. Then he had to stop and get a tea from that 7-Eleven store. Then that's the women. The man is not talking about right after the salah. So one of our older brothers said, what I say, he said, أنا أرجو إليك بعد كذا وكذا. He said, I'll come back after Dhuhr. Then he comes back after Asr. She says, hey, you said you would come back after Dhuhr. He said, yes, Asr is after Dhuhr. So I didn't lie, which is true. So Tadlis is like the brother of lying. Sometimes the wife, she comes down, hey, what about this dress? And you say, MashaAllah, MashaAllah. And then you look somewhere else. And you say, that's the most beautiful thing I've seen in so long. She thinks you're talking about the dress. You look at something else beautiful in the room. You didn't lie. Or you say, MashaAllah. You have to be careful with this one. The brothers who are married, you know what I'm talking about, automatic. Once you praise how your wife looks, you have to do it often. Don't just do it some days. When she has on that, and this is my Jersey slang, I call it the baby mama shirt. You know the baby mama shirt? That's her comfortable, relaxed, just worked out, chilling shirt. So I call it the baby mama shirt. So now she has on her nice outfit. And she says, hey, what do you think about this one? Once you praise that one, you have to praise the next one, the next one, the next one, automatically. If you didn't say she looked nice yesterday, you're in the doghouse. She's going to say, hey, شكرا لكن أمس أنت ما قلت أنني جميلة اليوم لماذا؟ فأنت الآن في بيت القلب ماذا؟ So now she says, you said I look nice today. What about yesterday? You didn't say I look nice yesterday. So how do you answer that? You're jammed up again. So now you're in the doghouse again. I would say try your best no matter what your wives are wearing. Try your best. Soon as she comes to the door, MashaAllah. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's nice. No matter what she has on. No matter. Make her feel that J-Lo feeling. Alhamdulillah. She has on her little shirt. You say, oh, where you get that shirt from? That shirt is nice. I like that shirt. Alhamdulillah. And the women should do the same for the brothers. Alhamdulillah. He's working out. He can't do 10 push-ups no more. But he can do 2. He can do 3. You say, oh, I see you getting a little strong. You know he's not getting stronger. You see it. But you make him look, alhamdulillah. Oh, I see you got the 6-pack going on. You know he don't have no 6-pack. But alhamdulillah, it brings the mercy in the family. Alhamdulillah. He's getting older. He says, oh, mashallah, you still look like the day I met you. Alhamdulillah. That's similar to Tadlis. So they call it the brother of lying. Let's get some more benefit, ikhwan. So Ibn Taymiyyah says the fasting is 5. الصوم مفروض بالشرع وهو صيام شهر رمضان أداء وقضاء. He says the obligatory fast in Ramadan. When you perform it and making it up. So he breaks it up into 2. If you miss a day in Ramadan, it's obligatory to make it up. That's why it's better that you rush to do it. Some brothers will wait all year long to make up the fast for Ramadan last year. That's allowed. لكن الأولى الإسراع إلى الطاعة. أي طاعة ما الأولى الإسراع له. والله أعلم. Any obedience, it's better that you rush to do it. The masjid is filthy. We shouldn't wait for our beloved brothers, Jihad, Abdul Aziz, Sheikh Sayyid, and the likes to come and clean it. No, if you can clean it, you don't have to wait. Yeah, amen. Do I have permission to get the vacuum cleaner in order to clean up the floor? No, I gotta have a meeting with the shura to say, yeah, shura, may Allah bless you all. Can I vacuum? No. The vacuum is there You don't have to wait for the imam or the shura or the likes. If you know how to use it, alhamdulillah, get those good deeds. Vacuum it up, sweep it up. I've only seen 3 brothers so far. I don't know why. Clean up the masjid. We should rush to clean up the masjid. Before Jumu'ah, if we knew the reward, we all would be here polishing off the minbar, checking the batteries of the microphone, vacuuming, sweeping up outside, making sure the sisters' areas is clean, the bathrooms. This is all worship. You can get your sins forgiven from cleaning up the masjid. Those little cats outside that we have at our masjid, that's a sunnah. People can say whatever they want about our masjid, but we implement that sunnah. Alhamdulillah, we have cats there. We see the brothers come and feed those little baby cats. And perhaps when those cats, the adhan is called, those cats sit there. They know the people are praying, mashallah ta'ala. Then the prayer is over, they start running around again. Alhamdulillah. So if somebody comes, I'm going to buy cat food for those cats outside. He can get his sins forgiven. How many hadith we heard? The man did one action. What's the famous hadith? Hadith Abi Hurairah. عندما وجد بئرا وأراد أن يشرب ماء فيدخل البئر ثم خرج من البئر ورأى كلبا في نفس الحال الذي كان فيه هذا الرجل الذي دخل البئر. The man came upon a well. He was thirsty, went into the well, drank his fill, came out the well and saw a dog. One action. Who was just like him. I was just thirsty, just like that dog. The man did something tremendous. Where are we from being kind to animals? رجع إلى البئر. He went back to the بئر. خرج خفه من قدميه أو من قدمه. He took off his sock, his khuf from his foot, filled up the khuf with the water, came out the well. May Allah make us like this man. One action. He drank the water, witnessed the dog panting, thirsty, went back into the well, filled up the well with water, climbed out of the well, and gave that dog to drink. فعل واحد. One action. ماذا قال النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام عن هذا الرجل? What did the Prophet of Allah say to this about this one man? One action. قال غفر الله له وأدخله الله الجنة. The Messenger of Allah, from one action, being kind to a dog, the Messenger of Allah said, Allah forgave him of all his sins. وَأَدْخَلَهُ الْجَنَّةِ, and entered the man into the Jannah. وكذلك الحديث حديث ابن عمر عن المرأة التي حبست الحرة وما أكلته وما أعطته شرابا وما تركتها أن تخرج من البيت لتأكل من الطعام وما يشبه الطعام. There was a hadith of Ibn Umar. He mentioned that the Messenger of Allah said there was a woman who she kept a cat as a pet. One action. She didn't feed the cat. She didn't give the cat to drink. Nor did she let the cat outside to eat and drink. So for this reason, Allah punished this woman and enter her into the hellfire. The one man was good to the animal, sins forgiven. The one woman was bad to the animal. We go outside and see those cats. Some of the brothers kick those cats. Get out of here, kitty. And kick the cat. La 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 abadan. You just pray. And you're going to be cruel to an animal in front of the masjid? No, ya ikhwan. No. If you can't be kind to the cat, just walk past. Don't touch me, cat. Bismillah. That's fine. But don't be cruel to the cat. One action. We can go to hell. And one action, we can go to the Jannah. That man did one thing to the cat, to the dog, gave him drink. You buy some cat food for that cat. How much more so cleaning up the masjid where the people pray? You come and vacuum. Why don't we do the likes of that? You sweep up out front. I challenge somebody this Jumu'ah to come in and sweep up out front. We don't have to wait for our 3 brothers to do it. No, we can share in the reward. Somebody comes, when was the last time we wiped down the minbar? We brought some batteries for the microphone. We vacuumed. We dusted. I only seen 2 brothers so far in my whole 2 years. Cleaned the Quran off the shelves. Some of our Qurans, you open them, and it's like webs on them. That shows how we don't read them also. Quran, Masahib in the Masjid of Allah, and you open them and dust flies out, A'udhu Billah. That shows those Muslims probably are ignorant in that masjid, or they don't read that Quran. At any rate, so we dust off the Qurans. MashaAllah, there are many virtues that we can get in this masjid, ya ikhwan. We can do, taking out the trash. I'm going to come and I'm going to clean the bathroom. Worship. The sisters' bathroom. Let's go there, those girls are not there. Let's clean it up. Another tremendous reward that we don't do at our masjid, when the sisters leave, why don't we have brothers to walk those sisters to their cars? Or have a post to make sure they get there safely. If this was your wives, or your mothers, or your daughters, and you couldn't be there, you would want your family to feel safe, especially in Ramadan. We should have some brothers, responsible of course, no slick stuff, ya ikhwan, not like that. Responsible, noble brothers, disciplined brothers, to post up. Let's make sure those women get to their cars safely, alhamdulillah, and then we come back into the masjid or the likes. There's much good that we can do, ya ikhwan. Everyone can play their part. I might not can do the best, but I can use the vacuum. I can take out some trash. I can buy some trash bags. I'm a good polisher. I can polish the bookshelf. I can do something, ya ikhwan. Everyone has a role that they can play. Everyone. Sometimes we don't have to wait for permission. Yeah, man, what can I do? You see, there's a lot to be done. You can buy waters, dates, especially in Ramadan. You can never have too much water in Ramadan. Bring all the water you can get. I don't know, the brothers, this is Jersey. If you get some dates that are not fresh, they may, I don't know, ya ikhwan, that's different. But they have the nice dates at Becca. ShopRite has them nice dates. Even Walmart, mashallah, has dates now. Alhamdulillah, may Allah guide the Walmart to Islam also. They sell dates now, and alhamdulillah. That's awesome, ya ikhwan. My point, there's a lot of good deeds that we all could do. Let's get to know each other this Ramadan a little bit more. Let's welcome each other also a little bit more at our community, at our masjid. Whatever you guys can do from goodness, increase in it. Learn your brother. Hey, what's your name, ya akhi? Never saw you before. Do you need anything? Alhamdulillah. And just don't be afraid to give, especially in sadaqah. Especially in sadaqah. Some of our brothers are in need, our sisters are in need. If you can help them, help them. نترككم مع هذا الحديث من حديث النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام من حديث جابر. We'll leave you with this last hadith, ya ikhwan. As I believe our imam, I think we saw him come in, ya ikhwan. The Messenger of Allah, he says, عليه الصلاة والسلام, من استطاع منكم أن ينفع أخاه فليفعل. من حديث جابر عند الإمام مسلم. This hadith is narrated by Jabir, collected by Imam Muslim. Whoever from amongst you has the ability to help his brother or sister, then let him do so. Whoever can help. If you can't help, don't help, no problem. But don't get in the way of someone that needs the help. If you can help your brother or your sister, help them. That's a command from the Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam. Wa subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله. Brothers, please take the time to check your cell phones to make sure you know what we're talking about.
سيصلى نارا حاميا تسقى من عين آنيا ليس له طعام إلا من ضريع لا يسمن ولا يغني من جوع وجوه يومئذ ناعمة لسعيها راضية في جنة عالية لا تسمع فيها لاغيا فيها عين جارية فيها سرر مرفوعة وأكواب موضوعة ونمارق مصفوفة وزرابي مبثوثا أفلا ينظرون إلى الإبل كيف خلقت وإلى السماء كيف رفعت وإلى الجبال كيف نصبت وإلى الأرض كيف سطحت فذكر إنما أنت مذكر لست عليهم بمسيطر إلا من تولى وكفر فيعذبه الله العذاب الأكبر إن إلينا إيابهم ثم إن علينا حسابهم الله أكبر سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين والعاديات ضبحا فالموريات قدحا فالمغيرات صبحا فأثرن به نقعا فوسطن به جمعا إن الإنسان لربه لكنود وإنه على ذلك لشهيد وإنه لحب الخير لشديد أفلا يعلم إذا بعثر ما في القبور وحصل ما في الصدور إن ربهم بهم يومئذ لخبير الله أكبر سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم.